Some men are blind to the signals women give, and honestly, it drives me crazy. You could be standing right in front of a woman who's secretly drawn to you, yet you'll miss every single sign because you're too focused on what she says or doesn't say. Here's the truth. Women don't always act openly when they like someone. Sometimes we hide it on purpose, whether out of fear, pride, or just testing if you're worth our attention. And this is where most men fail. They think if a woman doesn't scream her interest, she's not interested at all. That couldn't be further from reality. There's a lot of misunderstanding about female behavior in dating. Men are trained to look for obvious signs, smiling, flirting, saying yes to drinks or dinners. But women are nuanced. We can be sending signals under the surface, subtle hints that you might overlook if you're not paying attention. And these signals? They matter, because they're the difference between a man who notices and a man who lets opportunity slip away. The tricky part is that hidden attraction often comes with contradictions. A woman might act aloof one moment, then drop tiny gestures that reveal her interest the next. She might tease you, challenge you, or even seem disinterested, while actually hoping you'll pick up on what's really going on. It's like a puzzle, and most men never bother solving it. That's why today, I want to give you the inside view. I'm going to teach you how to recognize when a woman likes you, even if she's hiding it. We'll break down the subtle cues, the small but telling behaviors, and the moments that reveal her secret interest. You'll learn how to see beyond words and notice what she's really feeling. Welcome to the channel. I'm glad you're here. If you've ever wondered whether a woman is secretly into you, or if you've been completely misreading signals, you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you'll be able to spot hidden interest like a pro, and more importantly, you'll know what it means when a woman likes you but doesn't want to show it openly. 1. The silent glances you keep missing. You know that feeling when you catch someone looking at you, but the moment you make eye contact, they quickly look away. That's her. And if you think it's just coincidence, think again. Women send silent signals all the time, and the glance is one of the strongest. When a woman likes you but doesn't want to show it openly, her eyes often betray her first. It's not just a quick glance either. It's subtle, calculated, almost shy. She might look at you across the room when she thinks you're not paying attention. Maybe she stares for a fraction of a second too long before looking away. Or perhaps she keeps finding excuses to glance your way during conversations with others. These moments are brief, but they're meaningful. Her eyes are like a window, and when she likes you, they reveal curiosity, interest, even admiration that she doesn't want to admit aloud. Here's the tricky part. Most men don't notice it because they're waiting for bold signals, laughing at their jokes, touching them, making a direct move. But silent glances are quieter, almost like she's testing the waters without giving herself away. If you learn to read this, you'll know more about her feelings than she says in words. Another thing to pay attention to is her expression when she looks at you. It's rarely blank or neutral. There's often a softness, a spark, or even a little smile that disappears when you notice her. That's not random. It's subtle excitement, the kind that comes from attraction. Women who hide their interest are careful. They want to protect themselves emotionally, so they mask the obvious, but their eyes slip up and tell the truth. Sometimes you might catch her looking at you and then pretending to do something else, scrolling her phone, looking at a friend, or acting distracted. That's classic behavior. She's trying to appear indifferent while secretly keeping tabs on you. Don't overthink it. Don't assume it's casual. Most of the time, this silent attention is a strong sign she's interested, even if she's not saying a word. So, if you start paying attention to how often she locks eyes with you, how quickly she looks away, and what her expression does in those moments, you're already ahead of most men. Most guys never notice because they're too focused on hearing the words, "I like you," instead of watching the quiet signals that say it anyway. Eyes don't lie. Women can hide a lot, but the way she looks at you when she thinks you're not noticing, that's honesty. If you miss it, you'll miss her interest entirely. But if you catch it and act subtly in response, you'll set yourself apart from every other man who is blind to what's right in front of him. 2. The push-pull that confuses you. If a woman likes you but is hiding it, you're going to notice a pattern that drives most men crazy: the push-pull. 1 minute she's warm, responsive, and seemingly into you. The next, she's distant, teasing, or acting like she doesn't care. And here's the thing, this isn't about games or manipulation. It's her way of protecting herself while figuring out if you're worth her time and attention. The push-pull is subtle, but it's consistent. She'll flirt, joke, and show interest, then suddenly pull back just enough to make you question whether she's really into you. She might respond slower to your messages, or she might act slightly aloof in person. But those small moments of distance are paired with little hints that she's still interested. Her eyes light up when you speak, she laughs at your jokes more than she should, or she finds excuses to touch your arm. If you pay attention, you'll see that the pull is never total. It's tempered by signals that say, "I like you, but I'm not going to make it easy for you to notice." Why does she do this? Mostly because she wants to see if you're confident, aware, and capable of handling subtlety. Women are drawn to men who aren't desperate for approval. If she's too eager and you respond in the same frantic way, the attraction fades. But if you stay calm, composed, and observant, you start building a sense of mystery, respect, and intrigue in her mind. The push-pull isn't a trick. It's a natural response when she's unsure whether you're worth giving her full attention and trust. The key for you is awareness. Don't overreact or assume she's losing interest when she pulls away. Most men panic or start chasing, which immediately kills attraction. Instead, notice the pattern, recognize the moments when she engages, and stay grounded. The push-pull is like a test, but it's also an opportunity. Every little pull is a chance for you to show stability, confidence, and subtle assertiveness. These are qualities that naturally attract women and make them feel safe, showing their interest without giving it all away at once. Here's the important part. The push-pull isn't personal. It's not about rejecting you. It's about her evaluating you without risking her own feelings. If you learn to read it correctly, you can respond in a way that strengthens her interest rather than weakening it. And remember, notice the difference between genuine pullback and genuine disinterest. The signals that come with the push-pull, like teasing, light touches, or playful banter, will tell you she's into you, even when her behavior seems confusing. So instead of being frustrated or over-analyzing, start observing. Learn to recognize the pattern, understand her intentions, and respond with calm confidence. That's how men turn the push-pull from confusion into a powerful sign of hidden attraction. 3. Subtle touches that speak louder than words. If a woman likes you but is hiding it, touch becomes one of her most telling signs. And I don't mean obvious grabbing or flirty hugs. I'm talking about the little, almost accidental touches that most men completely miss. These subtle gestures speak volumes because they reveal comfort, interest, and curiosity without saying a single word. Notice how she positions herself around you. Does she lean in when you talk? Does her hand brush against yours by accident? Maybe she lightly touches your shoulder during a laugh, or she finds a reason to adjust your jacket or play with your hair if you're close enough. These aren't random movements. They're her body communicating before her mind has fully admitted attraction. The key is in the frequency and consistency. A single touch could be casual, but repeated small touches over time. That's a pattern. Women who like you subtly reach for contact to create a connection, gauge your reaction, and test comfort levels. It's a way of seeing how you respond without putting herself in a vulnerable position. She wants to know if you notice, if you reciprocate, if you can handle her attention. Men often underestimate this because they focus only on verbal cues. She didn't say she likes me, so maybe she doesn't. That's where you miss the point. Touch communicates emotions faster than words ever could. A light touch can indicate flirtation, curiosity, or even desire. If she's careful to make it casual, that's a sign she's hiding her attraction while still letting you know it's there. Another thing to watch for is hesitation. Sometimes she will start to touch or lean in and pull back quickly. That hesitation is another signal. It's her way of managing her feelings while seeing if you notice. If you respond subtly, with ease and confidence, it encourages her to keep opening up. If you overreact, freeze, or ignore it, she might retreat further. 4. Her laugh isn't just polite, it's a signal. Most men hear a woman laugh and think it's just friendly or polite. They assume she's laughing because it's funny and move on. But here's the truth. When a woman likes you but is hiding it, her laugh often tells the story her words don't. It's one of the clearest, yet most overlooked, signs of attraction. There's a difference between a polite laugh and a genuine, drawn-out laugh that lingers when she looks at you. The subtle difference is in energy and timing. A woman who secretly likes you will laugh a little louder, a little longer, or in a slightly different tone when she's around you. It's instinctive. She can't completely hide her positive reaction to your presence, and laughter is a safe way to express it without making herself vulnerable. It's not about laughing at everything you say either. Women who like you selectively laugh at things that others might barely notice. She may chuckle at a small comment, a sarcastic joke, or even something slightly awkward, just because she enjoys your energy. Her laughter is a reflection of her attention. It shows she's engaged, amused, and emotionally tuned into you in a way that goes beyond casual friendliness. Another key aspect is timing. Notice when she laughs in moments where no one else is around, or when she subtly checks your reaction. That's her sending a quiet signal, almost like a secret code. She wants you to feel acknowledged, seen, and understood, without overtly admitting she's interested. If she's laughing at the same things other people do, but also adds a little extra sparkle when it's just you, that's intentional. Women often pair this with other small cues: eye contact, playful teasing, or leaning in slightly. The laugh becomes part of a broader system of hidden signals. But if you only focus on her words or obvious flirting, you'll miss it entirely. The laugh is an emotional shortcut. It gives away her attraction in a way that's easy to overlook if you're not paying attention. Here's what men need to understand. When she's hiding her feelings, she'll create a buffer between her attraction and her behavior. Laughter is that buffer. It's safe, socially acceptable, and allows her to express interest without appearing too vulnerable. A genuine laugh directed at you is her way of saying, "I like you, but I'm not telling you outright." So, pay attention to more than just the volume or frequency of her laughter. Watch for changes in tone, timing, and how it's directed at you compared to others. That's where the hidden signals live. If you start noticing the difference between polite, surface-level laughter and laughter that carries her interest, you'll be able to read her feelings clearly, even when she's doing everything she can to hide them. Laughing is powerful. It's emotional, instinctive, and revealing. Men who can tune into this signal can detect attraction that most guys miss entirely. And once you see it, you'll realize just how much women communicate without saying a single word. 5. The way she tests your reaction. One of the clearest signs a woman likes you, but is hiding it, is how she tests your reaction. And I don't mean in a manipulative way. I mean she's observing you to see how you respond under subtle pressure. It's a natural part of female psychology. Before fully showing interest, she wants to know if you're confident, secure, and aware enough to handle her attention. You'll notice it in small ways. Maybe she makes a teasing comment, something slightly provocative, or even challenges you on your opinion. She's not trying to start an argument. She's watching how you respond. Do you overreact, get defensive, or panic? Or do you stay calm, composed, and handle it with a bit of humor? The way you respond tells her more about your character than anything else you could say. Here's a scenario that illustrates it perfectly. Imagine you're joking about something minor, and she counters with a playful disagreement. She smiles, looks at your face, and waits for your reaction. If you respond confidently and keep the conversation playful, she's reassured that you're secure, and it strengthens her attraction. If you react awkwardly, get flustered, or try too hard to prove yourself, she starts to second-guess her interest. Women test this constantly because subtlety is safer than outright vulnerability. Another form of testing comes through indirect communication. She might text you something ambiguous, like, "Do you always do things that way?" or make a statement that could be interpreted multiple ways. She's not trying to confuse you. She's observing how you interpret her signals and how you maintain your composure. The goal isn't to trick you, it's to gauge your stability and awareness. Physical tests happen too. She might lightly touch your arm during a conversation, brush past you, or create tiny moments of closeness. Her body is watching your reaction. Do you notice? Do you reciprocate subtly, or do you ignore it completely? These microtests are all about establishing whether she can reveal more of her interest without feeling exposed. The thing most men fail to realize is that these tests aren't negative, they're opportunities. If you respond with calm confidence, she will slowly open up and show more of her interest. If you overthink, panic, or act insecure, you risk shutting down the connection before it even begins. Women want a man who can handle attraction, not someone who crumbles under it. So, next time she teases, challenges, or tests you in small ways, pay attention. Notice how she watches your reaction, how she smiles or waits, and how she subtly increases closeness if she likes what she sees. These moments are clues. They're her way of saying, "I'm interested, but I need to see if you're worth it." If you learn to recognize and respond appropriately, you'll move past her hidden guard and into real connection faster than most men ever do. 6. Hidden jealousy you didn't notice. Jealousy isn't always obvious. When a woman likes you but is hiding it, she rarely admits it outright. Instead, she shows subtle signs, tiny reactions that reveal she's paying more attention to your interactions with other women than she's letting on. This hidden jealousy is a major clue, but most men miss it completely because it's quiet and often masked by politeness or humor. Notice how she responds when you mention other women, even casually. She might roll her eyes, make a teasing comment, or shift her tone just slightly. These small reactions aren't random. They're her way of showing that she cares about your attention, even if she pretends not to. It's not about being controlling or dramatic. It's about feeling the sting of knowing someone she's interested in could be noticed by someone else. Another subtle sign is her body language. She might lean a little closer when you talk about other women, angle her body toward you more deliberately, or keep finding excuses to re-engage in conversation. Her gestures are quiet, almost subconscious, but they reveal awareness, interest, and a hint of protective feeling. Women who are hiding attraction rarely want to show raw jealousy, but the small tells slip through if you're observant. Texting or messaging can reveal hidden jealousy too. Maybe she notices if you respond quickly to someone else, or she might make playful digs about how much attention you give others. Often, it's couched in humor to keep it subtle. She doesn't want to look needy or obvious, but the underlying signal is clear. She cares. She's emotionally invested, even if she won't say it. Here's the key for men. Don't dismiss subtle jealousy as overreaction or insecurity. It's often one of the strongest signs that she likes you. A woman who is indifferent doesn't notice or react at all. react at. Hidden jealousy is her way of signaling that you matter, even if she's trying to hide her feelings. The tricky part is responding correctly. Most men either ignore it completely or overreact. If you notice and respond confidently, without guilt or defensiveness, you reinforce attraction. If you overcompensate, she may retreat. Confidence isn't just attractive, it signals that you're aware of her feelings without needing them to be spelled out, which encourages her to reveal more of her hidden interest. Finally, look at patterns. A single small reaction might be coincidence, but repeated subtle responses to your interactions with other women are a clear signal. Hidden jealousy is her emotional fingerprint. It's quiet, understated, and often masked by humor or casual behavior, but it's there for anyone paying attention. Men who learn to read it gain an enormous advantage because most guys miss it entirely. Hidden jealousy isn't a warning sign, it's a secret invitation. It shows she's invested, interested, and testing whether you notice. If you do, and you handle it well, you move from being a casual presence to someone she's actually drawn to, even if she won't admit it yet. 7. She's waiting for you to step up. Here's a hard truth most men don't like to hear. When a woman likes you but is hiding it, she's often waiting for you to take the lead. She's dropping subtle hints, sending quiet signals, testing your confidence. But if you don't recognize them and act, nothing will happen. Attraction isn't just about noticing, it's about responding, stepping up, and showing that you're capable of being the man she's drawn to. A lot of men make the mistake of overthinking or hesitating. She's laughing at your jokes, teasing you, leaning in, maybe even giving little touches. But if you don't step up, she starts to lose interest. Why? Because women want a man who notices and acts, not a man who sits back waiting for her to be obvious. She's giving you opportunities to move the connection forward, but it requires awareness, courage, and timing. This is where many guys fail. They think, she's hiding her feelings, so I should wait too. Wrong. Hidden interest is a test, and tests don't last forever. She's observing how you handle her signals, but she's also watching whether you're decisive. Hesitation signals insecurity. Hesitation signals that you might not be worth her attention. If you step up with confidence, subtle, respectful, and clear, you pass the test. If you wait too long, someone else might step into that space, and she'll move on. The tricky part is reading her signals correctly. Don't misinterpret casual friendliness for hidden interest. But if you've noticed repeated glances, subtle touches, playful teasing, or hidden jealousy, chances are she's waiting for you to make a move. That could mean initiating a date, escalating intimacy subtly, or showing more emotional availability without being needy. It's about matching her energy while demonstrating leadership and stability. Here's some constructive advice. Men, stop overcomplicating things. Women hide interest because they want to feel secure, not because they want to play mind games. She's testing you, not punishing you. If you can step up without desperation, without overanalyzing, and without losing your composure, you become the man she's actually attracted to. That's the difference between a guy who misses the signals and a guy who turns hidden interest into real connection. The bigger lesson here is self-awareness. Take a moment to reflect. Are you missing subtle cues because you're distracted, insecure, or waiting for obvious signs? Women value men who notice, respond, and act with quiet confidence. Hidden interest isn't an invitation to chase. It's an invitation to rise to the occasion. Step up, recognize what she's offering, and show her that you're a man who can handle attraction, intrigue, and emotional subtlety. She's not going to spell it out for you. She's not going to text, "Hey, I like you, but I'm hiding it." She's giving signals, testing your awareness, and waiting for you to meet her halfway. The question is, will you notice, or will you keep letting hidden opportunities slip through your fingers? Here's the truth most men don't want to hear. Women rarely make it easy. When a woman likes you but is hiding it, she's testing, observing, and quietly signaling. And if you don't notice, she might walk away without a word. Attraction isn't about waiting for bold gestures. It's about reading the subtleties, responding with confidence, and stepping up when the opportunity presents itself. Think back to everything we've covered: silent glances, push-pull behavior, subtle touches, the way she laughs, how she tests your reactions, hidden jealousy, and finally, the fact that she's waiting for you to act. Each of these cues is a piece of the puzzle. Miss them, and you miss her interest entirely. Notice them, respond with calm confidence, and you move from being just another guy in her orbit to someone she's genuinely drawn to. Here's the controversial part. Most men fail, not because women aren't interested, but because they don't have the awareness, courage, or emotional intelligence to see what's right in front of them. Attraction isn't complicated, it's just subtle. And subtle is where most men completely check out. So, pay attention. Observe, reflect, and act. If you've experienced these signs before and weren't sure what they meant, share your story in the comments. I read them, and I'll engage with you because understanding female behavior isn't just theory. It's about real connection, insight, and growth. Remember, hidden interest is a gift. It's her giving you a chance to prove you're worth noticing. The choice is yours. Will you see it, or will you let it pass?